It's Friday, 7 a.m. Mark wakes up with bags under his eyes, trying to pull himself together to get out of bed and get to work. That is the last thing he wants to do today. He quickly checks his phone for the traffic report. Oh my gosh, 30 extra minutes. What is going on today? He says to himself. Mark lives in a medium sized city. Not too overwhelming, but the traffic is just bad enough to drive you crazy, and it seems like every red light knows he's coming. He finally makes it to work, 10 minutes late. Not a big deal at a good job, but this isn't a good job, and he knows he's going to hear about it. Mark finally gets to his desk. Just 2 minutes go by before his boss walks over. He prepares himself for a lecture. It doesn't come. What does come is a huge stack of papers. He knows he's going to stay late today, yet again. This feels like punishment. Mark gets home 11 hours after he left the house for an 8-hour workday. He's so exhausted he throws his bag on the floor. He just needs a moment to collect himself. He realized he didn't eat all day. He was too distracted by the extra work. He walks up to the fridge and pauses for a moment. He thinks to himself, did I go to the grocery store this week? Slowly opens the fridge and realizes now he has to go to the store. He drops his head and heads out the door. Mark quickly moves through the aisles of his discount grocery store, scanning for what he normally buys. Then he sees it. Shocked. 20% more than it was last week. How can these prices keep going up, he asks himself. He fumbles through his wallet. 3 credit cards, 2 maxed out and 1 with $200 left on it. He pauses when he gets home to think about a better version of himself, something that could have been. How is that so far out of reach? This thought breaks him for a moment. He sits on the floor and realizes he has to budget. He's been putting it off for way too long. He reluctantly sits down at the table and pulls out the bills. After he's finished, he realizes he's $1,500 behind. Last month it was only $400. He has no clue how he's going to make up that difference. And this is where he had a flashback. He thought about the dinner he went to a couple weeks ago with his mother and father and distant relatives, all much older, all much more successful, and they seem to look down on him. They look at him like he's not doing something right. They know he's struggling, and they all seem to have the answers, but they didn't live his story. He breaks. He can't take it anymore. He throws all the bills on the floor and tells himself, forget it. Whatever happens, happens. He cries for the first time in months. He just can't hold it back anymore. And at his lowest moment, that's when the phone call comes in. It's his sister. She needs a prescription that she has to pay for out of pocket. She's too afraid to ask their parents. They'd never say yes, and then they just judge her, just like they do him. He feels a horrible sense of dread because he knows he can't help. After the call, he starts thinking about everything that's out of reach. He remembers going to a house in his neighborhood where he grew up, a house that is now $500,000. His parents bought a similar house in the neighborhood for $37,000. He has no idea how people even do this now. He calls in sick the next morning. He needs a day to think. Mark sits at the window in the morning thinking about how things used to be, how it was when he was a kid, how it's supposed to be. He remembers riding bikes with his friends after school. Everything seemed brighter back then. All the colors, the food was better, the relationships were better. Everything seemed real. Then the deep question hit him. How do we get back to that? How do I get back to that feeling every day? When you have hope, when you have something to look forward to, a life worth living. Mark has realized something. He's figured it out. The answer isn't in fancy things. It's not in luxury items, how much money you have, where you can take vacations. It's peace. It's happiness. It's real relationships. And ultimately love. As long as you have enough to get by, you're great. The time with family just sitting and talking. The Sundays sitting watching your grandmother's favorite show. Those are the memories that really stick with you. That's what really matters. He realized he's done running the race society wants him to take. He's going to take his own path from this day forward. His fall became flight. His fear shattered into freedom. And in that moment, he realized the other side has been waiting for him all along.